the rest of the day. But here we are on that deltoid into trapezius. And I want to now just think about the neck. So we're coming up with the, again, I quite continue that distraction, just gently. Through up onto the upper trap, a little bit of wax up onto the back of the neck. Now I quite like using my forearm here. That, again, that whole thing we've been talking about, that blade that sits through here. And I like coming through here and up. And when you come into the neck, you can just rotate and get that blade just underneath the mastoid bone. So you're looking at the attachment of sternocleidomastoid and obviously around to trapezius. Okay, does that feel right? Obviously you can do it with a fist as well. I just want to try and avoid thumbs at this point. There's a real tendency to do this, isn't there? And I want to try and avoid that. Obviously if that's your only tool, then fine, but I just want to avoid thumbs. This works incredibly nice. I quite like two fingers like this as well. Do you have a go with that, where you clock them together? And it works really nicely. Okay, so that's one. Nice, isn't it? Just those two fingers, almost like, so you're not moving them, you're kind of as one. They're kind of one tool stuck together. Now the next move I want to think about is you may just want to come around this way. Bring your hand underneath, cut the client's ear, and then that gives you, now you've got, just let me have a hit. So now I've got some movement in here. So I can move the client around, so I can get. Now with my other hand, I want to get behind sternocleidomastoid. Here it is, yeah. So if I ask, yeah. Ask this lady to lift her head off the couch, off it 5, so I can see it, and then relax for me. And I can come into here. So now I'm going to do some rotation, and at the same time I'm going to work along sternocleidomastoid, or on top of it, or I want to actually get behind it to get round into those transverse processes. Yeah. And you can go both ways. Make sure you have enough wax on so you don't drag the skin too much. You want to come in close, Phil, so you've got that kind of. So that way. Let me have the head. And then the other way. Don't be afraid to push it out the way. Obviously, anything that feels uncomfortable for the client, they don't like it, or you start getting a pulse or anything, then obviously back off. Feel. Yeah. And then come up obviously the other way. You can come right up now and work on that occiput mastoid process.
That's sore on
so I'm rocking on it and then also rocking the head too.
Why is that so sore? Right,
are you really asking me that question?
Because I'm ridiculously tight.
Oh, so that's 2. Happy with the first? Neck, forearm. Think about sternocleidomastoid, starting to work on that. Now let's look at this MET on getting the adductors, yeah, and the adductors more in balance. Now there's a couple of ways of doing this. Let's start with one. So our hand goes around the top and stabilises the acromion. Yeah. I come up, so I'm stabilising here. So I'm coming up, so I'm avoiding the client from doing this move. Yeah. I'm stopping them from doing that. And I'm forcing the head of the humerus to adduct. Now I might only be able to get a certain way.
Oh, weird.
Yeah, let me have it. Let me have it here. Yeah. Okay. Oh, it is. This is a good one, all the Okay, so I come to the point of bind. Yeah. Then I come out that point of bind. I asked us to push her hand 20% into my hand, so you bring your elbow to your side. 1, 2, count to my 10. And then I relax. Take a nice breath in for me, and as you breathe out, release. And then I come up, I go through that point of bind into a stretch. Exactly the same protocol we were doing yesterday. Hold that point. Feel okay? Unusual?
Yeah, it's good. You're going underneath.
Yeah. Hold that for 20-30 seconds.
Where are you feeling the stretch?
Under, by my elbow.
And then
Elbow
release.
elbow.
That's really good.
Push into my hand again. And then relax. Take a breath in. And then release. And come back up again. A new point of bond. How's it feel?
Yeah.
Tell me when to stop.
So-
And a nice stretch of
About
about a
there.
2. About that?
Yeah.
Same thing, same protocol. Relax. Come back in. Nice breath in. So, sorry, contract.
Oh, yeah.
And then relax. Breath in. And let me do the work. Let the shoulder drop. Tell me when to stop.
Yeah.
Getting better over time, isn't it?
Yeah.
Really effective. Really nice well. I'm going to come out and let Steph sort of do all that, and then you can carry on.
Yeah.